Welcome to Never Shut Up. It's your boy Marcellus Wiley out here gigoloing. Y'all remember that dance? Oh man, I'm loving life right now. Back at the crib, feeling stable. Kids are burnt, kids are hurt. First day of school again. And for my little ones, my girls, it's been like a couple weeks for them. So y'all know me, man. I'm in a great mood. We're going to have a great show, but let's start it off with, what's up with that dude? I ain't going to talk about them kids. That's their fault. Told them to go to bed last night, watching Bluey, watching Spidey over there, eating popcorn. My boy eats buttered popcorn every single night. Yeah, I know y'all already saying, what you doing to that boy? You're going to have bad heart. You're going to have high cholesterol. I did the same thing growing up. I'm fine. So he gonna be just fine. He gonna work that out. Let's start off with what happened yesterday. He had his private basketball training, and I used to have a little bit of difficulty saying that and struggle with that. Like, my son has a basketball coach that comes to his house and he works out, right? Because of my humble beginnings, and it just sounded too damn bougie just to be real. And I was like, man, call it like it is. It is what it is. But I'm not even gonna talk about that. I'm gonna talk about the delicate balance that I witnessed at times between him being a 7-year-old who's putting in some extra work and working hard versus pushing too hard, right? Just the fact that he's out there at 7, sometimes I feel like, damn, he's doing too much. Why? I didn't even play sports until I was 8 years old as an activity, actually with a team in a program. So he's already ahead of the curve, just being a 7-year-old who loves it. And I'm never going to get in the way of his passions. I'm never going to get in the way of something he dreams of. But at the same time, I'm also not going to be the guy that pushes him. So I'm allowing him to grow in the way he wants to. But at the same time, no matter who you are, no matter what you're doing, even at 7, there are days where you're like, dog, I don't even feel like doing it. So yesterday was kind of one of those days, right? Why? Because it's almost springtime out here. It was a warm day. The bugs were flying. They were outside too. And he was just practicing. He was into it. Then he would just be swatting, and he just hates it. All right, Dad, I want to stop. A bug got in my eye. And I was like, okay, let's wash your eye out, and then let's get back to practicing. Because if you're going to start something, you're going to finish it. I'm not going to push you to do anything. But once you commit, you are committed. So that was fun to watch him go through that little bit of that roller coaster of how much desire he had for something he loves in that moment. After that, those 80 degrees that we finally seen in Los Angeles, at least in the Valley, California was hot yesterday. I made the family laugh. I made them all smile from ear to ear because they were all sitting outside just chilling. And I start walking, fully clothed, like this, just dressed, walking, and walk right into the pool. And you should have seen their faces. They're like, oh, pool day. And after we left Hawaii for a week, being in the pool day at the crib, right? So they were super pumped because they just don't see that kind of crazy shenanigans all the time. Other than that, I'm proud of myself, guys. Last night I had one of those urges, you know. I'm still trying to lose those 20 pounds. I'm only 20 pounds away. I ain't got no closer to it, but I had an urge to get one of those sausage pizzas from Pizza Hut. Then I was like, nah, don't do the pan pizza because that's that big dough. That's that big bread. Get that thin one, you know, margarita or something. I tried it all, thought about it in my head, ran the whole course. And I said, you know what? Just make you some lean chicken breasts and call it a night. And I did it. Proud of myself. All right, y'all, let's get into the show right now. And I'm proud of USC football because the rich get richer. Let's talk about going back to college. Yes, Kliff Kingsbury is going back to USC. Yeah, I said going back. He actually was at USC before. Some people forgot about that. Let's talk about it. We know who he is. Arizona Cardinals former head coach who is now going to join the staff for USC football, particularly probably with the quarterbacks. Caleb Williams is in the building. We know who he is. Heisman Trophy winner. So now he's going to be there because got fired last year, 4-13. They still paying him. My man signed a 6-year contract extension and got fired, 10 months after it? Woo! That's called winning. That means the next job just could be a chill job. The next job could be recreational. Doesn't even matter to Kliff right now in that moment. But let's talk about him joining Lincoln Riley's staff at SC. Now, he's 43, and then he's going to be with Lincoln Riley. There's some young coaches right there. And they're going to be there trying to get this program all the way to the national championship game and winning it. We all saw what happened to him last year and the injury to Caleb Williams in the Pac-12 championship game, which I thought they would have beaten Utah if he stays healthy. But hey, if we're fifth, we all be drunk. But now he's going to be there to work with the Heisman Trophy winner to potentially go back-to-back in terms of winning those Heisman trophies, but more importantly, help this team get over the hump. Now, why Kliff? You know, everybody like, why Kliff? He didn't work out in the NFL. Why Kliff? His experience speaks for itself, especially with the top quarterbacks in college football. Remember, he coached Patrick Mahomes. Must have did something good there at Texas Tech. Johnny Manziel during his Heisman Trophy season in 2012, Texas A&M. And say what you want, Case Keenum at Houston when he was putting up them crazy numbers. So now he's going to be at SC to work with Caleb Williams. That sounds like a dream come true. There's a little bit of an opening there. They have someone in that role, kind of quality control quarterback guy named Will Harriger. He left because he always wanted to go to the NFL. Well, he's at the Dallas Cowboys right now. So it's a perfect opportunity for Kliff to get back to the college game where he had his most success. And now he gets to go to a place that is on the rise. I mean, right there USC is. And Caleb Williams, maybe the best college quarterback. Why even say maybe? Everybody else leaving. It's going to be Caleb Williams next year. So now you got him with a tremendous coach who's had tremendous experience with getting guys to the promised land. Well, Caleb's already in the promised land. Let's see what SC football as a whole can promise for its fans this year. Coming up next on Never Shut Up. Oh, I'm pumped on this topic. That YouTube DirectTV deal. Basically, where am I going to watch my red zone? YouTube. How am I going to watch my red zone? Everything y'all need to know about the new YouTube deal and how we going to watch the king of all sports in America, the NFL. Next on Never Shut Up on Brinks TV and Reach TV. Challenge time. Welcome back to Never Shut Up. It's your boy, Marcellus Wiley. I need some reading glasses right now because I'm about to get nerdy on this topic right here. But first, I got to give us the foundation. The pricing for the first season of NFL Sunday Ticket on YouTube has finally been revealed. I know y'all been waiting for this one as well. I'm one of those guys that when I look at my budget, there are certain things I don't even look at how much it costs. It's just going to happen, right? Now, I'm not a fashionista type of cat, right? I don't give a damn what I'm wearing now. There was a day where I had to go to the store, had to look like Odell Beckham or something like that. Had to get the Gucci, had to wear the Louis. I had to do all that. Why? Because I wanted everybody to know that I had it. So I was out there on full display billboard. I got $5. But now I'm so understated, and more importantly, I just don't think this stuff is fresh. I'm like, man, that's corny over there trying to act like you rich. Rich people I know, wealthy people I know, they look bummy. They look worse than me. And I'm like, I'm trying to be like them, so let me just look like that. I digress. But I always look at my budget for certain items like that, clothes and stuff, how much it costs. But when it comes to my red zone package, you can charge it to the gang, brother. I am spending on the red zone package because I gotta have my NFL. Now, let's talk about what has been revealed. Not that different from years past, but let's be real, it's still pricier than the final year on DirectTV 2022 with some important distinctions. Reading glasses on, here's what you need to know. Fans can sign up starting Tuesday, I'm assuming that's today, for the out-of-market games package. Yeah, that's part one. There are two categories of pricing. One for those who subscribe to YouTube TV, cheaper, and those who will use YouTube prime time channels, a hub that features sports, movies, TV, and other events. Damn, YouTube turning into a network. That's all that's saying. So this is what's being said about the deal. Quote, one of the things we really want to do is introduce a much greater level of simplicity and clarity in the pricing for users. Amen. Dog, do you remember them DirectTV bills you used to get for the red zone and everything else that came with it? I was like, what is going on? Literally like the last verse of Supersonic with JJ Fad. You be reading it, you like, what's this bill say? Yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot. I was like, how much they gonna charge you? YouTube is making that simple. That's what they say. So if you have YouTube TV, it's an additional $249 at this point with the pre-sale discount. So I'm giving y'all the heads up. Order it now. It's the cheapest it's going to be right now. Pre-sale discount. If you don't have YouTube TV, if you're not ready for it, you can buy Sunday Ticket as a standalone subscription. Something about that sounds like it's going to cost more. So you better get that pre-sale discount going right now. What's different? Well, previously fans who wanted Sunday Ticket needed a big old satellite dish. Y'all remember that? Damn, I remember them days where you had to have a dude come out, technician. He's sitting there, can I come in? I'm like, what you want? I was like, damn, I'm gonna hook your cable up. I was like, don't you got to put the dish on the outside? He got this big old box. He putting the dish. He's trying to get the angles right. And they always talk about how much it rained in your area. And boy, there was nothing worse than when it rained in your area with DirectTV. Oh, good Lord. So we all know about the satellite dish and those issues. Well, those areas were addressed previously with the online version. Well, there are no restrictions on choosing the online product when it comes to YouTube. Yes, what is not included so far is the holy grail for Sunday Ticket groupies like myself. And y'all know what I'm about to say. Buying a single team or even a single game, which DirectTV never offered. But don't fret. Do not get upset. It still may be coming. Basically, they're trying to figure it out in terms of the logistics, but it's coming. That means you pick your team, you pick your game, and you got your a la carte package. Loving it. All right. YouTube is adding several features to Sunday Ticket, though they will not be consistent between YouTube TV and primetime channels, blah, 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 blah. On YouTube TV, features include being able to view 4 games at once, including the local contest. Yes, yes. Y'all remember those times when you couldn't see the local and the other games? You're like, what? I got to watch the normal network for the local game? Then I got to watch my DirectTV over here? YouTube trying to bring that together. Unlimited DVR storage, finally. Stop making me erase week 1 and week 8. I hated that. Personalized recommendations, the choice to view key plays, NFL fantasy data, you nerds out there, real-time stats, and woo, listen to this. Hide spoilers. Yes, I done had a gang of these watch parties at my crib. And cats be watching every damn game because everybody got a different team, right? And then them spoilers hit. And they're like, dog, I wasn't trying to see the score on that one yet. I was watching this game. Shoot, what you doing, Wiley? Well, now, hide spoilers is a settings function that turns off other game scores crossing the screen. YouTube's also planning to integrate shopping into the football offering and tap into some of its top creators. That is not me yet. It's coming, though. I'm coming, boy. To produce behind-the-scenes content on game days. Oh, it might be me. It's football. DirectTV also reportedly had about 2 million Sunday Ticket subscribers. Feel like more than that. I don't know. I'm just one of them, but it felt like the whole world was watching it. However, the company gave many subscriptions away for free to induce satellite signups. This industry is shifting, y'all. Crazy. They used to have to give it away, right? YouTube will not do so for YouTube TV. YouTube like, nah, we good. People coming here. Yep, they're already here. We ain't giving jack free. Love it. Oh, man, nothing better for me than watching the game at home. Now, it's a different experience. I'm a season ticket holder to the Chargers game, so every home Chargers game, I am at SoFi Stadium. I need to leave a little earlier so I could tailgate there and get a little hydration in before I go into my seats, but my seats are prime, not just because of location and cost, because there's a bar right underneath me. And I love life. And my kids and my family, we kick it. There's nothing better than being a fan when there's no fights, no yelling, and it's just family-free, fun football. But at the crib on road games, when the Chargers are gone, oh, I ain't at SoFi. No, sir. Not me. I'm at the crib now watching YouTube TV and watching the Red Zone channel on there. It's going to be amazing, man. Love football. Even in the off season, all I'm thinking about is football. Hope you guys learned something or two from that. And most importantly, order yours now. Get that pre-sale discount. Coming up next on Never Shut Up, would you ever suspend one of your stars before a big game? No, sir, not me. Well, the Minnesota Timberwolves did. They better than me. I couldn't do it. But let me tell you why they did it. Next on Never Shut Up on Brinks TV and Reach TV. Oh, challenge time. Welcome back to Never Shut Up. It's your boy Marcellus Wiley. Just about to talk about a story that wouldn't have been a story if I were the coach of the Minnesota Timberwolves, because I am not doing this, but they did it. Suspended a star before the game. I couldn't do it. All right, the Minnesota Timberwolves on Monday suspended center Rudy Gobert for Tuesday's playing game against the Los Angeles Lakers. You ever go to a Laker game? Mother's pearls, old people, wealth, country club times, and everybody who's been at a Laker game has heard that organ. It's the worst. But he's not playing against those Lakers because he threw a punch. Wow! At Kyle Anderson's hairline. Wow! And connected. Woo! He got to let that thing go. I don't know what kind of Halo Peninsula is going on up top with you, Kyle Anderson, but you got too much money to be going out there looking like that. Let it go. I know it's hereditary. It's all good. Blame your daddy. In a team huddle, he punched him on Sunday. All right. Timberwolves will be without Gobert and power forward Jaden McDaniels, who didn't get punched by Rudy Gobert, but decided to punch a wall. So I think Rudy actually made out better than this situation because he punched an actual person and didn't break his hand. But Jaden McDaniels, he did. So he is out. Third and fourth metacarpal fractures. What the hell wrong with y'all? Every time y'all see a wall, don't punch it. The wall's going to win. I digress. All right, so the Timberwolves lose to the 7th-seeded Lakers on Tuesday. They'll go home Friday to play the winner of the New Orleans-Oklahoma City play-in NIT game for a chance to advance into the Western Conference real playoffs. If Minnesota wins on Tuesday against the Lakers, they'll move on to a first-round playoff series. That told me something right then. Maybe I have changed my mind, but let's keep talking through this. Gobert's not traveling with the team. He publicly apologized and privately talked through the incident with Anderson. That's what we were told. The organization believed it had no choice but to suspend Gobert for Tuesday's crucial game against the Lakers. Oh, you had a choice. You just made your decision. Organization was not happy, obviously, with Anderson's part that started the squabble. Now I found out what happened. We might have to be scrapping for this one. In the second quarter timeout Sunday, escalated. Gobert threw that punch. Everybody's like, damn, they always catch the dude who retaliates, right? But he retaliated, hit him in the chest because he got called not once, not twice, but several times, bitch, like Too Short was in the huddle. Bitch, like he hit him with a bitch. He just kept hitting him with it. Damn, Rudy Gobert must be looked at and recognized in that huddle as soft, because it's one thing to let one slip off, right? You just let one missile go, oh, my bad, dog, bitch. But you let them several? Several is not two. Several is three or more. That's a grip. Damn. So Gobert had injured his back, and he was hurt. So he said he was playing through his back pain on Sunday and didn't deserve to be challenged by his effort. So basically, like, look, I'm laboring out here, bruh. I'm trying to give you my all. I don't need you thinking I'm soft, even worse, a biatch in this moment, but you kept calling me that. Obviously, frustration running over, and then he got socked in the chest for calling him a bitch too many times. All right, so we understood why he threw the punch, but still, you got to do something about it. All right, what is happening here? Oh, I got to throw in this as well. Naz Reid, the backup center, he's out as well. He had surgery on his left wrist. So they without Gobert and the backup center. Lakers, y'all don't win this game. I don't know why. Y'all better win this game, basically. All right, let's get into it. I love me some coaches, boy, because like everybody in this world, just watch them. They'll tell on themselves. Coaches love to get the best of both worlds, play both sides. So this suspension really came down to, I want to show discipline and accountability on this team. Come on, guys. What the hell are you doing? Supposed to be in this together, right? One of those moments. But at the same time, coach knows if we lose, we can still bring them back for the next game on Friday and we'll be all good. Y'all catch that? So I wonder if this were that Friday game, or if I wonder if the rules were different. This was a one and done NIT play-in tournament. What would he have done with Rudy Gobert in that moment? Because coaches always discipline to a point, to a certain level, and then they like, right? The highest ranking players, the best players, man, they almost are above the law. But there's always a player who is highly ranked. But they also say, it's time to teach a lesson to all y'all by using that highly ranked player as an example, right? So they climb up the depth chart from 15 all the way to 5, right? We got the starters now. Now, which one of these dudes, if they mess up, man, I got to bring them to pain. Well, sorry, brother. It's you, Rudy Gobert, because some people saying it hasn't been necessarily the best fit, best trade for Minnesota. So you have been now deemed an example. I always look at coaches because they always want to show that discipline, sheriff's in town, and I'm laying down the law. But the consequence won't be as great as really putting us in potential to lose it all, right? Great consequences, but never so great where we can lose it all. So we're going to have a consequence, but it better not come back to hurt us for real. We can lose this Laker game. Don't want to, but let's just be real. Probably will. If we do, it's all right. We'll have all our guys back full throttle for the game on Friday. Just that little part right there. The fact that they got 2 games, not 1. And then all of a sudden you say, damn, coach suspended them for the big game right before the playoffs? Oh, right before the playoffs, kinda. And that's what happened there. Still, big move. Wouldn't have been me. I'm a big dude, but I am not doing something that bold because my job security and the fate of these guys all depends on this decision. We'll see how it plays out if the Lakers can finally handle business against them and get themselves into the playoffs. Well, coming up next on Never Shut Up, time to switch gears, time to switch tones. Oh, man, Dwayne Haskins, rest in peace. There's now a lawsuit being filed that alleges those involved with his death with blackmail and a robbery conspiracy. Let's talk through these details next on Never Shut Up on Brinks TV and Reach TV. Welcome back to Never Shut Up, full episode, real and raw time. Let's talk about this one with Dwayne Haskins, who was drugged, yes, drugged, on the night of his death as part of an alleged, quote, blackmail and robbery conspiracy against the former NFL quarterback, according to a lawsuit filed by his family. Lawsuit filed last month in Broward County, Florida, lists 4 individuals, 2 restaurants, a golf driving range, and a hotel as defendants connected to the alleged conspiracy. Wow, let's talk through it. Haskins was killed April 9th, 2022 after he was struck by a dump truck while he was walking on a South Florida highway. He was 24 years young. Sad, right? Lawsuit also lists the driver of the truck as a defendant, citing his negligent acts as a direct cause of Haskins' death. It is believed that Dwayne was targeted and drugged as part of a blackmail and robbery conspiracy, attorney Rick Elsley said. In fact, his highly expensive watch was stolen from him shortly before his death. And Haskins' widow said that as well. Okay. Toxicology report concluded that Haskins was legally drunk when he was hit by the truck on I-595 in Florida. Separate samples taken from his body had blood alcohol levels of 0.20 and 0.24, which are above the legal limit. In Florida, a 0.08, almost 3 times as much, right? According to the toxicology report, Haskins also tested positive for ketamine and norketamine, drugs that are used by medical professionals as anesthetics. Oh, that's what my wife uses when she goes to work, but that also have been known to be used recreationally. Medical examiner ruled Haskins' cause of death, multiple blunt force injuries, and the manner of his death as an accident, okay? No charges have been filed. Interesting, a year later. 911 audio from the accident. You can hear his widow at the time talk about it to the dispatcher on April 9th, saying that he was going to get out of his rental car to get gas and would call her back when he returned. She called 911 after she didn't hear back and requested dispatch check on him. Oh man, the last part about this before we really discuss it is the final crash report released by the Florida Highway Patrol said Haskins was walking on the westbound side I-595 when he entered into the travel lanes and entered into the path of the dump truck, which was traveling in the center lane. Front left of the truck struck Haskins, and the lawsuit alleges that the driver of the dump truck was speeding, driving carelessly, and had a cargo load exceeding the legal weight limit. Wow. I mean, there's not too much more to say to this except what are they going to counter in terms of these defendants and their story, right? Because when you say conspiracy, that means you knew what I was doing and both of us were up to no good, right? The only thing that I have as example that this attached to was a racket that one of my friends hit me to maybe a year or so ago. So now I am not in the spirit of going to clubs for many reasons, right? One, like, look, y'all ain't at the club to dance. Like, I'm a dancer. They call me Big Usher, right? For a reason. I like to go out there with a sweat towel and tear up the dance floor. Y'all been out of that phase. Okay, that's fine. Let's go there and kick it, socialize, talk to my boys, and look at the pretty girls. Y'all don't even do that anymore. You know what y'all do? Y'all be on y'all phones. I have seen countless people, last time I was in the club, on their IG. I'm like, y'all, you looking at people who ain't here and we here. Like, you can post something from here after you take the picture from here by actually being present right here, right? So I'm just not in the spirit of clubs, and there are other reasons as well. One, why am I gonna let this lion out the cage or put the key too close to the cage? As you know what I'm saying, at clubs, 2 o'clock in the morning, I had a few. Oh man, ain't nothing good about to happen from there. I hear Herm Edwards in my head right now. But also this racket my boy taught me about, and he told me that he got caught up in, that he went to Miami, was at a club, and one of the waitresses spiked his drink. He got lit on some of them ketamines or whatever the hell, almost passed out, goes back to the room, and dudes were waiting there. Luckily, he didn't pass out, saw that, kind of detoured, went back down to the lobby, etc., and then abort mission. But the mission looked like drugged to, hey, he leaving now, he over here, follow him from here, follow him where he going, and go get him. Now, I heard this a couple other times from some Vegas cats. Cats with names, too, who got caught up in that setup, too. So, you know, I tell my daughter all the time, she's 24, I'm like, you're not that cute anymore for somebody to be like, hey, drinks on me. There you go. You are beautiful, but the drink ain't on him. You buy your own drinks, keep that napkin on top of it, stab it with the straw, sit there, talk to your homegirls. Do not be in those zones. And I know it sounds great and no plan is foolproof. I've been out. I was at that Irish bar, right? St. Patrick's Day. I saw him pour it, but still, the fact is I took drinks from there as well. You just got to put yourself in the best circumstances. All I know from this situation is if it's a conspiracy, wow. Like when I heard the story, Dwayne Haskins, young, passes away, I was like, damn, on the freeway? Oh, and then, you heard the toxicology reports. You just thought, oh, maybe he was just too drunk, didn't know where he was, lost his bearings. But if it's deeper than that, oh, man, how devastating is that really to all involved, especially his family, who now are sitting there suffering through the curiosity of what really happened to Dwayne Haskins and what led him to his death. I'll keep you guys posted on this story because, wow, what an interesting plot twist this story has taken. All right, y'all. Y'all know what we do here every single day. We end the show with a Wileyism. Feels good. But I'm starting to coach tonight. First practice for coaching. So trust me, the voice is about to go. Doc Rivers will be in the building by the end of this week. Today's Wileyism is, quote, y'all have heard this before, life is really simple, but we insist on making it complicated. Yes, Confucius, yes, we do. Life is really simple, but we insist on making it complicated. It's crazy, like, I get in my own way so often, so many times, and then I apologize to people when I'm not around them. But then when I'm around them, I get engaged, I get involved, I get interconnected once again, and I'm back doing the same wrongs that I was just apologizing in my head for, right? Like I make things more complicated than it should be. I know I'm not alone. How many times you done said, man, I was wrong to my wife. Man, I was wrong to my boy. Man, I got to tell that fool. And then how many times have you actually followed through on that? I am not 100%. I don't even think I'm 50%. I can't lie. I just always try to adjust my behavior. I'm going to do better next time. But apologize for the last time. And keep it simple, stupid. KISS, K-I-S-S. Keep it simple, stupid. And I just can't. I just can't. Oh, man, this life is just about working hard, persevering, staying positive, even though bad stuff is going to happen all the time. And just kind of riding those waves and failing forward, not losing optimism, and just finding your happy space, right? It just is a real simple game plan. But boy, is it nearly impossible to maneuver without complicating it. So I just thought that this one would touch someone out there today who's probably making things a lot worse than they have to be, a lot worse than they're intended to be. You know why? Because life is really simple. We insist on making it complicated. That'll do it for today's show of Never Shut Up, man. Hey, got a lot of merchandise out there, BrinksTV.com, a lot of merchandise out there, MarcellusWileyShop.com. We have our memberships coming. That's going to be fun. All kind of programs, auction, equity program. Y'all can invest in the show, charity program. Golly, Wiley, what you doing? I'm about to change the game. That's what I'm doing. See y'all tomorrow on Never Shut Up. Peace.